Love bombing, in its simplest form, is when someone showers you with intense and overwhelming affection, attention, and gifts, often very early in a relationship. It might feel like a dream come true, especially if you've been longing for that kind of connection. The person may tell you everything you want to hear, give you lavish gifts, and constantly remind you how special and perfect you are. But here's the catch: it's not as innocent as it seems. At its core, love bombing is a manipulation tactic used by individuals, often narcissists, to gain control over you. The thing about love bombing is that it feels intoxicating, especially in the early stages of a relationship. When someone showers you with affection, it boosts your self-esteem and makes you feel wanted, admired, and even adored. And who doesn't want that, right? Unfortunately, the downside is that once you're hooked, it becomes much harder to see through the facade. The person bombarding you with love isn't necessarily doing it because they care deeply for you. They're doing it to secure your attention, trust, and ultimately your dependence on them. But here's the thing: love bombing doesn't happen because of a genuine connection. It happens because the person has an agenda. Narcissists or emotionally manipulative individuals often use love bombing as a way to establish dominance, make you feel indebted to them, or to create an illusion of an ideal relationship. When they feel you're fully invested, they can slowly start to undermine you emotionally, use guilt, or isolate you from others. This is why it's crucial to recognize love bombing early and know how to stop it before it goes any further. So, how do you stop love bombing from taking over your life? First and foremost, it starts with self-awareness. The best way to protect yourself is to know what love bombing looks like. It's easy to confuse this intense affection with genuine love, but there are telltale signs. If someone is overwhelming you with constant texts, excessive compliments, and promises of a perfect future together within the first few weeks, that's a major red flag. Love bombing often happens too fast, too soon. Healthy relationships take time to build trust and intimacy. They don't happen overnight. Another key step is to set boundaries. Love bombing thrives when there are no boundaries in place. When you feel someone pushing you to spend all your time with them, or when their attention becomes all-consuming, it's important to take a step back. Make sure you're still making time for yourself, your friends, your family, and your other commitments. If the person starts to get upset or tries to guilt-trip you for needing space, it's a sign that their love might not be as unconditional as it seems. Healthy relationships respect your boundaries. Toxic relationships try to break them down. It's also crucial to trust your instincts. If something feels too good to be true, it often is. Trust yourself enough to pause and evaluate the situation. Pay attention to how the person's behavior shifts once they've gained your trust. Do they become demanding, critical, or controlling? Do they use emotional manipulation to get their way? These are signs of toxic behavior that often follow love bombing. If you notice any of these red flags, it's time to walk away. Another important tactic in stopping love bombing is taking things slowly. This might sound simple, but when you're being showered with attention, it can be hard to put on the brakes. But slowing down allows you to get a clearer picture of who the person really is, rather than being swept up in the flood of affection. When you resist the urge to rush into a deep emotional connection, it gives you space to assess whether this person's intentions are truly genuine. A healthy relationship develops over time, built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Lastly, don't be afraid to seek support. If you feel like you're being love-bombed or manipulated, it can be helpful to talk to someone you trust, a friend, family member, or even a therapist. Sometimes, when you're in the midst of a situation, it's hard to see things clearly. Having an outside perspective can help you recognize unhealthy patterns that you might have missed. Breaking free from love bombing can be tough because it messes with your emotions, but remember, You deserve a relationship based on trust, respect, and mutual care, not manipulation and control. Taking a stand against love bombing is all about knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone make you feel small or dependent on them for validation.